Hello and welcome back to the Soccer Brothers Podcast. This is episode number 12. I'm your host, Sahil, and as always, I'm joined by my brother, Nihal. How you doing, Nihal?
I'm doing pretty well, Sahil. How about yourself?
I'm pretty tired right now, but
yeah, okay.
I'm sure I'll get less tired once we start with the podcast.
All right, let's do it.
All right, well, the biggest news that's probably happened since we've last recorded is Miguel Herrera, the Mexican national team coach, being fired on Monday for punching a reporter in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
What are your first thoughts on this?
Wow, he punched a reporter. You know, I mean, he has to be fired for doing that, right? You can't keep that kind of player or that kind of coach. That kind of coach cannot be associated with your national team. Of course, they had just won the Gold Cup, but overall, a pretty disappointing Gold Cup. They finished second in their group to Trinidad. They got bailed out by the referee twice. They did have a good performance in the final, but you know, it might be good for Mexico that he's fired. But also, this is I think their next coach will be the 15th coach since 1999 for the Mexican national team.
That's crazy.
In that span, the U.S. has had 3. So it's, there's a lot.
You'd think a consistency of coach would do a lot.
It's good.
Mexico and the U.S. have been around the same level for the past 15 years.
Well, but the thing is, Mexico has always had more talented players.
Yeah, that's true.
So the U.S., the stability in coaching, the U.S. has really taken advantage of that and have played well. But Mexico, in the last World Cup cycle, they had 3 coaches. And, it showed with Chepo de la Torre and Vucetich. So, they hopefully they can find a coach and they can stay with that manager through the World Cup.
Do you think this will affect the Confederations Cup playoff at all?
100%. It'll be a new coach. He might not even call up the same players. Different lineup, different strategy, different way of operating in practice. Fortunately, they will have those friendlies in September beforehand to maybe sort all of that out. But it might not be enough time for them to rebound. And remember, the same thing. Chepo de la Torre got fired before the U.S.'s last competitive match versus Mexico in the 2014 World Cup qualifiers. And they ended up losing to a Josie Altidore-less and a Matt Beasler-less U.S. in Columbus. So they had a difficult time in that match. It's going to take some time for them to adjust, but luckily they do have a couple of months before that to get familiarized with the new manager.
In other news in world football, Michel Platini, who is currently the president of UEFA, is going to be running for that job of FIFA president when Sepp Blatter resigns.
Yeah, Platini has done a lot in international football, or in European football, not necessarily for. He's, of course, instituted the financial fair play rule, which tends to hurt smaller teams, actually.
Yeah.
That's a topic for a different episode. He does not agree with Sepp Blatter, which might seem good from a fan perspective, but he's also, I don't think he's above corruption, and I've never been a huge fan of Platini and how he operates. But he might be better than Sepp Blatter. Ideally, I think you have someone outside of soccer come in and someone who knows how to run a business come in and run FIFA. Or not a business, but a non-profit. Maybe.
Really? You don't think they should have some soccer experience?
Maybe as a fan, but, maybe it's good for someone with some clarity and who's not caught up in the game and the emotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It might be better for FIFA as a whole.
Yeah. So you want to talk about MLS?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the weekend began. I'm just going to list off the results. The weekend began on Friday, July 24th, with RSL taking on Sporting KC in Utah, and they won 2-1.
Oh man, did you Feilhaber's goal was fantastic. That was insane. And then, all the goals in that match were really nice. Morales' goal, too, for RSL was really, really nice. But yeah, good win for RSL.
Columbus Crew tied Toronto FC 3-3 in MAPFRE Stadium.
They were up 3-0, Columbus was. Pretty bad, fall at the end. Josie Altidore hits a penalty in the 88th minute to tie it up. He also drew that penalty. And big news from that match is Jovinko got hurt. But yeah, I don't know what happened to Crew SC in that second half. That was not a good performance by them.
Montreal Impact won 1-0 against Seattle.
Seattle keeps on dropping points against these teams, right?
Yeah.
But Dempsey will be back, so that's good for them.
Chicago drew New England 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say in that match. It was an exciting match.
The Houston Dynamo won 3-0 in Houston against LA.
LA has not won on the road yet this year. So,
really?
I mean, they need to start figuring out how to win on the road.
How can he be second in the West, or is it third?
I think they're second right now. Actually, no, I think they fell to third. Vancouver's second.
Yeah, how can you be third in the West and not win on the road?
It's crazy.
Chicago, sorry, I already said that. FC Dallas beat Portland 4-1.
Wow, FC Dallas is on fire right now.
Yeah. A rematch of,
the first match.
Yeah, a rematch of the first match where the two expansion teams played for the first time. NYCFC beat Orlando 5-3. What a game. It
was a great game. Orlando almost comes back at the last second. Josh Saunders makes a big save when it's 4-3, and then, NYCFC marches down the other way and ties it, and scores a goal to go up 5-3. And Orlando really dominated that match, and at halftime, Jason Kreis said, he said, we didn't expect that formation and those tactics from Orlando, and then we're going to make a lot of changes. And guess what? He did. Jurgen Klinsmann should take note.
And the funny thing is, we said we weren't going to talk about the U.S. in this episode. We were already comparing Mexico to the U.S.
That's true.
But, this is big for NYCFC because they're always being compared to Orlando, and it's nice to get a win against them.
Yeah, and they won the first match, didn't they? Didn't they win 2-0? Or was it a draw?
It was a draw, 1-1 draw. Remember the deflected free kick?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But Orlando had someone sent off, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. They lost.
Next game is DC United beating Philadelphia 3-2.
Yeah, DC United just continues to win their matches. And Philadelphia was up 2-0 in the 4th minute in this match. Or the 8th minute or something like that.
Crazy.
So, DC, good job coming back. Got a late winner.
Vancouver at home beat San Jose 3-1.
And Vancouver back to their winning ways. San Jose back to their losing ways.
Yeah, well, those are all the MLS results for this weekend. Now I'm going to talk about the standings. So let's do the Eastern Conference first. DC United is first place with 38 points. 7 points down is Columbus Crew SC with 31 points. New York Red Bulls are in third with 29 points. Toronto FC is in fourth. New England's in fifth. Montreal's in sixth. NYCFC is in seventh. Orlando City FC is in eighth. Oh, wow. So that was a big game for even now.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Orlando's been above.
They're still on 24 points, Orlando. Remember we had that episode where Orlando was on, 3 weeks ago, where Orlando was on 24 points.
Yeah. I remember when we were talking to Ian Joy, we were always talking about how
Orlando's outperforming them. Yeah.
Now they're behind them. Philadelphia Union sits in 9th, and as always, Chicago Fire is in 10th place. In the West, FC Dallas is first, Whitecaps are second, LA Galaxy is third, Sporting KC is fourth, Seattle's fifth, Portland Timbers are sixth, RSL 7th, Houston Dynamo 8th, San Jose Earthquakes 9, and Colorado Rapids are in 10th.
All right, so now let's go to my power rankings. All right, at number 1, moving up 1 spot from number 2, FC Dallas. They get a huge win, and the Galaxy lose to Houston on the road. So, FC Dallas have been too good to not put them at the top. They're leading the Supporters' Shield race. Galaxy down 1-2. DC United stays at 3 after their win over Philly. Columbus up 1, even though they drew. I just think they're in a really good position, and they're playing well right now. It was a little bit of a fluky comeback for Toronto. But like I said, it wasn't a great performance at the end, but I still think Columbus should be up there. Vancouver, who are second in the West right now, are up 2-5. SKC stays at 6. Seattle down 3 to number 7. They were number 1 for me 2 weeks ago.
Crazy.
Toronto at 8. Red Bulls at 9. Portland at 10. New England at 11. Those all three, 8 through 11, all stayed the same. Montreal up 3 to number 12. They're in playoff position right now. You know, I've been telling you for a long time I think this is a playoff caliber team, and they're only getting better with Didier Drogba coming in. So they're in playoff position right now. They are in 6th place. They're on 24 points, tied with New York City and Orlando, but they do have 3 games in hand against those teams. And then in 13th is NYCFC up 3 as well. 14th, Orlando down 2. RSL at 15 down 2. Houston up 3 to 16. Philadelphia stays at 17. San Jose down 3 to 18. Colorado stays at 19. And Chicago at 20. Bottom of the league once again.
Yeah, so...
What are your thoughts?
Well, one thing that I noticed is that, FC Dallas has played less games than LA.
Right.
Yeah. And, they're
one less game.
They're 2 spots, they're 2 spots above them in the Western Conference. So why do you think LA... the addition of Giovanni Dos Santos is what I just thought of. But why else do you think LA is a superior team?
Well, FC Dallas is above them right now in my power rankings. FC Dallas is number 1, Galaxy number 2.
Oh.
That's okay. It was a fair question last week, too. Why,
yeah.
Why is LA even above DC or Vancouver or even Columbus? Well, no, they should be above Columbus. But it's just they have too much talent. Bruce Arena knows how to set up the team, especially in the second half of the season. I think they're a little bit tired because of the ICC as well, and I think really in the next couple of weeks they should move back up. If not in the not in first place in the Supporters Shield, definitely second place in the West, and maybe even second place in the Supporters Shield race. They have the talent. They have Gerard, Dos Santos, Sebastian Letjet, Robbie Keane, Giassi Zardes, Jose Villarreal is a bench player in this league, which is kind of ridiculous, and Juninho too, who played in the All-Star match. So the talent is there, the coaching is there. FC Dallas, they're playing very, very, very well right now, but they have a history of falling off towards the end. So we'll see. I think Dallas. I really think Dallas should be a MLS Cup contender, or considered an MLS Cup contender right now. So
yeah. So another thing that I see is Columbus is in 4th and Red Bulls are in 9th. And in the East, Columbus has played 3 more games and are only 2 points up on the Red Bulls. So, why are Red Bulls only 9 too?
I just think the Western Conference teams, Vancouver, Seattle, SKC, and Seattle, are above them. And I think Toronto just edges them in terms of talent since they're getting Michael Bradley back as well. So I think that's why I have Toronto right above Red Bulls. I think that's a fair shout. I would be fine with having the Red Bulls above Toronto too, especially since they're getting Sean Wright Phillips and Gonzalo Veron, which we'll talk about later. Actually maybe I made a mistake there, but I don't know. I think those teams are very equal right now. But when push comes to shove, Toronto is a better MLS Cup contender.
It's unusual to see RSL so low. Historically, they're one of the better MLS sides. Do you see them making the playoffs this year? They're in 7th, 1 spot below.
I didn't. But they got a shot. They really do. They're only 3 points out of 5th and 6th place. Seattle and the Timbers are kind of in a free fall. RSL's got a chance, and they're playing well. They beat a very good SKC team at home. RSL was at home, but they still beat a very good SKC and a very hot Sporting Kansas City team. So they got good players, they got the talent, they're getting Beckerman back. We'll see if that helps the team. It should. And then getting Raimondo back. Although Jeff Antonella has had a fantastic spell of games while Raimondo is not there. You watched the SKC game, he was very good in that match.
Yeah.
So I think they can make the playoffs. Yeah.
Seattle is down 3 to number 7 in your power rankings, and I'm wondering if you're including the fact that Clint Dempsey's coming back from international duty.
I just can't have them higher. They're 6th they're 5th in the West.
Yeah,
I can't have them higher than that. The other teams are playing better. If Dempsey wasn't coming back, they might even be lower. Right now they're above Portland and above New York and above Toronto. So,
yeah. Do you have anything else to say on your power rankings?
No. Want to move on?
Yeah. So for the second time, MLS has hosted a little game where they, gather up a bunch of MLS homegrown players and play against another team. This time it was against Club America.
I thought you were talking about the MLS All-Star game for a second. It's like the second time.
Yeah, but the Chipotle homegrowns lost to Club America U20s in a penalty shootout after tying 1-1 before that in regular time. Tommy Thompson scored for the Chipotle homegrowns. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, it was also Landon Donovan's coaching debut.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fun game. It really is. And I'm glad they're playing Club America U20s instead of Portland, too. I think this is just more fun.
Yeah.
Although, why were Club America's numbers in the 200?
Yeah, I didn't.
That was really weird.
I saw so many questions about that on the live stream in the YouTube.
Oh, really?
Thing, yeah.
Well, I mean, the Chipotle jerseys were pretty cool, though.
Yeah, they were.
I think Tommy Thompson played very well. Ben Swanson was pretty good. Zendejas, the FC Dallas 16-year-old, he's a great player. He's the youngest player in the league right now. And he's going to be big for the U17s, along with Luca De La Torre and Kristen Pulisic. So, there's some bright spots. Unfortunately, they drew. Club America kind of dominated the match, but also that team plays together week in and week out. The homegrown players, they don't. But, Russell Tybert was also very good. So Russell Tybert and Tommy Thompson, I think, were the two best players in the match. Chapman was decent in the second half. Defensively, they were pretty good. And I think Donovan had the tactics right. So, good for him.
So
I can't wait until the day when he becomes the coach and leaves Jonathan Klinsmann off the team.
That would be hilarious. And if he just tweeted like, ha ha ha.
He's too much of a professional.
Yeah, he is. So I'm going to ask you this. In 5 years, how many of the players who played in this game will be on the All-Star game?
Oh, how am I supposed to answer that?
Okay, fine. What players will be on the... if you can name some.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with who's going to stick around, right? I mean, a lot of these players have the potential to move to Europe. I think Tybert's and MLS are through and through.
Yeah. What about Thompson? You think his future is in MLS?
I kind of hope not, because I don't think he's an MLS player.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe he could jump to Mexico, or maybe to just a different team in MLS, because San Jose style does not suit him, especially Dom Kinnear style. So, Thompson has all the potential in the world, but it's kind of like a Luis Gil situation. We'll see how much playing time he gets going forward, because Luis Gil was also that way. Although Luis Gil is more of an RSL player. But Tommy Thompson is, he's starting to get into the lineup a little bit more, which is good. But I really don't know how to answer that question, because I think there's a good chance Tommy Thompson actually does go to Europe.
Yeah. But
I think Russell Tybert will be an MLS All-Star. So, there's that. Maybe Ben Swanson. 5 years, he'll be 21.
I don't know about that. Why don't we talk about the MLS All-Star game? MLS All-Stars beat Tottenham 2-1. Goals from Kaká and David Villa, and Tottenham scored one from Harry Kane.
Oh, what a great goal from Kane.
Yeah.
Mistake from Beasler, though.
It's crazy how the perception of Kane has just changed so much in the past 2 years.
He's such a good... he wasn't really... People didn't really know about him before last year.
I know Tottenham fans knew about him.
Yeah,
he was always a youth product of Tottenham, and he was young enough coming.
If he scored 31 goals in all competitions, obviously the perception's going to change.
But it happened so quickly, though.
Yeah. It was sort of like a meteoric rise.
Yeah.
I think I was skeptical, but I think I'm buying into Harry Kane. I think his positioning is great, but he can also create his own goals. So I really like the player.
Yeah. Hopefully he comes to MLS someday. So what do you think about the All-Star side of things? How do they look?
They look good, especially for a team, especially in the first half when the better players were out there. Second half, not so much, although Ethan Finley was great, I thought. Kai Kamara, that skill run down the wing. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I wish... Yeah. Great defending by the Tottenham player, but Castillo probably should have had a goal or two in this match. But, it's crazy in the last 3 years since we started watching this game how much better the MLS All-Stars are. How just the quality of our top players. Because just think about it for a second. Our front three was Kaká, David Villa, and Clint Dempsey. This is MLS.
That's crazy.
It's insane. It really is. And to think, Joe Vinko, Robbie Keane, Steven Gerrard, and Frank Lampard, none of those guys played.
Yeah.
And those are some of our top players.
Pirlo didn't play, did he?
Pirlo didn't. Well, yeah, Pirlo didn't play either.
So
I thought Dax McCarty was really good too, actually.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on this game?
Oh, poor Benny Feilhaber didn't get the start.
Yeah. He should have.
They wanted a holding midfield player. So.
Yeah, and you said Donovan got the tactics right, so.
Donovan was a homegrown game. This is Pablo Mastroeni, the All-Star game.
Wow, I don't know how I confuse those two.
It's okay. You said you were tired at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
So at least you have that going for you.
Down and coaching them. Okay. Yeah, but
it's the host. I thought Denver did a great job of hosting the All-Star match from what it looked like. So
yeah. So Don Garber spoke at halftime, and one of the things he brought up was MLS discussing the addition of instant replay to their game. So what do you think about that?
I don't know, right? I feel like in light of what happened with Panama, it should be there, but it'll be interesting to see how it takes away from the flow of the game. You know what I mean? And I think now, if that were to be instituted, referees are going to call more penalties, and maybe, they're going to call more penalties if they have instant replay to fall back upon it. Soccer purists say, human error is part of the game, but when you just have like a gut-wrenching loss like Panama, it's a travesty. You have to start thinking about how to improve the game. And maybe if you have someone, watching it and then, sending a message to the referee, it's possible to make it work. It really is. So we'll see. We'll see. It's MLS, has tested things before, goal line technology and the spray thingy-mabob. I just said thingy-mabob. Yeah, the vanishing spray. So, it's a good place to test things out.
And then Don Garber also talked about changing the MLS All-Star format to MLS East versus MLS West.
Yeah, I think it might be good to change it.
Why?
I was listening to ESPN FC, and I think Ale Moreno brought up a good point. He said, when they started doing this, it was really good for MLS because it brought publicity to the league. But the thing is, now we're at a point where people already know about the league, and really it's a lose-lose situation for MLS. It's either a friendly, or it's, or MLS All-Stars suck.
Well, I mean, beating a team in a friendly isn't like... Is that a lose?
No, it's not. I mean, it's a fun experience, right? It's a cash grab, essentially. But if you have East versus West, you get to see more of MLS's talent on the field. It's more of a showcase of our league. Right?
Yeah.
This is just a team in preseason that is happening to play our MLS All-Stars,
Yeah. But I think if, like, some, like, European player is, like, watching the MLS All-Star game and then you see them beating Bayern Munich or Chelsea, like...
European fan?
No, player.
Player?
Yeah.
Oh, they think... Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they'll know that, like, they're playing in, like, a higher quality of level than if they're just watching, like, an MLS All-Star or East versus West. It doesn't really say much about the league. I mean, it showcases the league. It would be fun.
No,
I don't know, like...
It does say a lot about this league. Because Benny Feilhaber is starting. Fabian Castillo is starting. Ethan Finley gets called into the team from the get-go. You know what I mean? These players who... You're not going to... As MLS gets better and better, you want to see our best talent on the field. I mean, beating Tottenham doesn't really say anything about our league.
No. I mean, kind of.
I mean, it says we have the talent. I mean, we're not going to get destroyed. We have good players. But at some point, you maybe want to switch because, I don't know. It's you want to see more of your league's talent.
Yeah. And
maybe you can cultivate a real rivalry between East versus West in the future.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I think another good option is playing a Liga MX All-Star team. I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
Yeah. By the way, this is not our thing at all, but Liga MX, Tigres, I mean, they got Gignac. I don't know. Gignac went to Tigres, right?
I'm not sure.
He was like the second leading scorer in Liga.
I know who.
Yeah, and they also got Uke, the Villarreal player. Did you know that?
Yeah. No, I didn't know.
Those are great signings. I just wanted to say that. I mean, wow. What?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I was just all proud of MLS's moves that we made, and then...
Well, we did get Dos Santos. I'm sure they would rather have had Dos Santos than any of those players.
Really? I mean, yeah.
For marketability.
Yeah. Well, like, do you think... Like, when you're comparing MLS and Liga MX, do you think that... Are those... Like, I know MLS fans are, like, kind of, like, obsessed with, like, the growth of the game.
Right.
But, like, do you think that, like, Liga MX has, like, that as one of their priorities?
The growth of the game?
Or are they more concerned in, like, how their teams do? Like,
No,
who wins the competition?
They're more concerned. They're not, like...
I mean...
Okay, see, this is not really true anymore. But before Tigres' Copa Libertadores run, you wouldn't see all the teams tweeting MLS for Montreal. They wouldn't be tweeting Liga MX for Tigres.
Yeah.
But actually they did in the Copa Libertadores final. But you know what I mean? Like in the CONCACAF Champions League, they wouldn't do that. They're much less... I think they're much more interested in the individual rivalries, and that's what happens when your league is 70 years old. I mean, that's already built in, right? As a Crew fan, you know, I've become a Crew fan recently. It's not been instilled in me, so I can handle rooting for Montreal, right? I can... the only drawback for me is that they're a Canadian team winning the CONCACAF Champions League instead of an American team.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I think they're much less obsessed with it because Mexico is already a soccer country. Like when you look at it from an MLS fan perspective, there's three people you're fighting: Americans who don't like soccer, right? Who say soccer sucks; Europeans who think MLS is trash; and Euro snobs in this country who think MLS is trash. So you're always obsessed with the league getting better and proving to people that the league is a good league.
Yeah.
So. I mean, yeah, Liga MX, obviously they want to get better. That's not going to...
Yeah.
But, you know, they are getting better, too. And they have the money, so...
Yeah, it's true.
I just think, to be honest, a lot of players would rather come play in the U.S. than in Mexico.
Controversy.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean, no. Yeah. Like Cancun?
Yeah, but I don't even know if they have a team. Do they? Maybe.
It might just be, like, called something.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. But, like, that being said, people don't want to come play in Columbus or Chicago. I mean, I don't know why people want to play in Chicago, because Chicago's a great city, but they want to come play in New York or L.A. That's the other issue. So, I'm not saying as a whole the U.S. is just a much more appealing place. I'm just saying L.A. is probably more appealing than going to play in Guadalajara for Dos Santos.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know. I don't know if I like the whole play teams that have like really like marketable places, like, you know, like players who come to LA or Orlando or whatever.
Right.
Because like that makes it seem like, okay, because like when you're talking about European clubs, like their clubs can be big because of the locations that they're in, but it's not like players come because of the locations, because of the size of the club, because
right.
And not every big city in Europe is going to have a big team,
right?
You know, like what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, where would you rather live, Sal? LA or Columbus? I mean, for family reasons and stuff, maybe Columbus.
Yeah, but I mean, would you want to live in Turin? I mean, probably not that much.
Yeah, but we don't have that luxury. We don't have... That's what I'm saying. Our league is only 20 years old.
No, yeah. I'm saying... But ideally, I don't always want that, yeah.
Yeah, you don't always want it, but there's also mechanisms in place in MLS to cater to parity. Although we could be seeing the end of that.
Yeah. Which,
to be honest, is probably good on the grand scheme for the growth of the league as a worldwide club. Because if you have clubs like LA and... Seattle or whatever dominating, they become icons. They become teams that can get bandwagoners.
Yeah.
Which is what you need.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we talk about the Copa Libertadores? We were just talking about it before. Tigres and River Plate played out to a 1-0...
A 0-0.
A 0-0 draw. So this is the first leg.
First leg.
Two-legged tie.
Yeah, well, Tigres were at home. They missed out on a great opportunity. But River Plate's back. You know, they got relegated a few years ago, and they came back up into the Argentine First Division. And you know, they didn't have a great group stage. They only got 7 points. They were the last seed coming out of the group stage. Tigres actually won the group with 14 points. River Plate had 7 points, and then River Plate, you know, they got through. They beat Boca Juniors in the first knockout rounds in the round of 16 because Boca Juniors got disqualified. But I believe they beat Cruzeiro in the quarterfinals, which is a great team. And they're back. They're a great team, and you have to say River Plate has the advantage because away goals, first of all, don't matter in the final. So they really do have an advantage at home. Although Tigres are a very, very good team, and they're looking to be the first Mexican team to win, and they have a lot going for them. So I wouldn't count Tigres out. I think because of the name River Plate, people automatically assume that they're the better team, right?
Yeah.
But Tigres won the group with River Plate, and they were the second seed in this competition. Tigres were, or are. So I think Tigres still got a shot. They definitely possess the ball 61% of the time to River Plate's 39%. But all that being said, River Plate probably has the advantage going back home. So it was not a very good match. There were no chances in this match.
Yeah, but this was, normally I wouldn't like a two-legged final, but it's going to make the second leg very exciting.
Yeah, it's basically
0-0.
Yeah, it's basically just a match.
Yeah,
a regular final, a one-off match.
So why don't we go back to some MLS news? LA Galaxy parted ways with their Panamanian goalkeeper Jaime Pinedo due to contract disputes. So then they, in replacement, they traded their second round pick to Orlando City SC for Donovan Ricketts.
Oh, what a terrible move! Just an awful move. Pinedo was claiming that LA would not draft a no trade contract, or they wouldn't present a no trade contract with Pinedo, which is all he wanted. And when he really is the best goalkeeper in the league, I believe, or right up there with Raimondo, maybe. I mean, you gotta do that. You gotta make sure you hold on to him because he is such an invaluable player. You can see the loss of quality when he wasn't at the Gold Cup, or when he was at the Gold Cup and wasn't with LA. And LA fans are outraged. If you go to the LA's page, they're really mad. And Ricketts was a great keeper, but he's 38.
Yeah.
Which, keepers can play that old. Anyone can play that old, but it's, Ricketts really seems like he's past his prime. He is past his prime, but he really seems like he's ready to hang it up, or hang up the boots. And I really don't think this is a good move. Ricketts, obviously, Ricketts is a decent move if Pinedo's not going to be there, but parting ways with Pinedo is a terrible move, And, it could just be because of salary cap issues, because Dos Santos is coming in. We don't know that. But, if it's just because they didn't want to have a no-trade clause in the contract, I think that's ridiculous. So, we'll see where Pinedo ends up if he stays in MLS or goes back to Panama.
It would be a pretty big loss.
For the league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it would affect things in the grand scheme of things too much, but he's one of the best keepers in CONCACAF, so. And,
the Panamanian fans watch MLS because of him.
Yeah.
And Blas Perez. So.
Yeah.
He's one of the best keepers in CONCACAF. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. He could be the best.
You think Ochoa goes up there?
If he's on form.
Yeah. Maybe the World Cup just blinds us sometimes.
Keylor Navas,
Yeah.
Right.
Tim Howard when he was in form.
Yeah. All right, MLS transfers.
Yeah, Philadelphia Union signed Tranquilo Barnetta. He's a 29-year-old Swiss international from Schalke. He played in 3 World Cups, scored 3 goals in 22 appearances for Schalke last season. Second most cap player in Swiss history. In 75 appearances, he scored 10 goals.
For the Swiss national team.
Yeah.
What a resume, right? That's a great signing for Philadelphia. Especially since, unfortunately, Nogueira got hurt for them. But this is just the biggest signing in club history, maybe.
Yeah.
And he's a good player. He made 22 appearances in the Bundesliga. That's nothing to scoff at. And he's not old. He's 29 years old. He's a Swiss international. By all accounts, he's going to continue being a Swiss international. So great signing for Philadelphia.
Yeah. New York Red Bulls are set to sign 25-year-old Argentine winger Gonzalo Verón of San Lorenzo in Argentina.
Yeah, good signing for them. Young player. I believe he's going to be a DP. They're going to announce it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
That would be their first out of 3, right?
Yeah, first DP. And, it's really starting to come together with Sean Wright-Phillips and Verón. So it'll be interesting to see if they add anything else to this team. But, they're primed for a run now. And some of their younger players, like Tyler Adams and Sean Davis, have been showing well recently. So they could be primed for a run.
Columbus Crew signed Ghanaian international right back Harrison Uffel from Espérance Sportive de Tunis.
Yeah, pretty good. De Tunis.
De Tunis.
Yeah.
Talked about French the last episode. Orlando City.
Wait. Can I talk about the Columbus signing?
Yeah.
So it's a good signing for them. They really needed a right back because Hernan Grana, the Argentine right back, who they signed before the season, actually parted ways with them in January. So they needed a right back. He is a Ghanaian international, played in the World Cup. I think Ghanaians call him Afulinho. I think I read that somewhere. So, good signing. He's an international player, so you can never have too many of those.
Orlando City signed former Real Madrid center back David Mateos.
Yeah. I put that in there, the former Real Madrid. I mean, he didn't make any appearances for them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's worth... Yeah. I mean, he played for the B and C.
Most recently, he played for a Hungarian side based in Budapest. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Budapest. Yeah. So, good signing for them. Adds to the depth.
Omar Salgado joins Freddie Adu in Tampa in the NASL. He's on loan from Tigres, and...
Okay, yeah, I mean, interesting move. Thomas Rongen, the former U20 U.S. coach, bringing in these players like Freddie Adu and Omar Salgado. Salgado still has a lot of potential. Unfortunately, his career has been marred by injuries. You know, he left the Chivas Guadalajara setup after he chose to play for the U.S., and they only allow Mexican players to play for Chivas Guadalajara. Got drafted first overall by Vancouver, had 2 injuries, went to Tigres, somehow got a contract with Tigres, didn't make any...
appearances.
Yeah, didn't make any appearances. And he's on loan to Tampa Bay. And apparently New England wanted him on loan. So maybe he'll get some consistent playing time and we'll be able to form a partnership with Freddie Adu. And, you know, actually, Jurgen Klinsmann hasn't been afraid to call up NASL players. So, I mean, knowing that, it's not a bad place to go.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we can call up college players, so.
True. Also, Maki Tall signed with FC Sion in Switzerland. Apparently, he had the U20 striker. Apparently, he had a lot of offers from all around Europe and France, the Netherlands, and Germany. But decided to go to Switzerland because the team guaranteed him playing time, which I think is a good move for him at this point in his career. They finished 7th in the Swiss Super League last year, so good for him.
Yeah, we have a new segment now. I mean, kind of segment. It's called, I mean, it's not called, but it's about Americans.
It's just Americans abroad.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to see more of this once, European season starts.
More European seasons start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Areola scored in a Copa MX match.
Yeah, he's a good player. Good for him. He continues to improve, and hopefully he can break into the U.S. national team soon.
Aaron Johansson played 45 minutes as a sub in Europa League qualifier in 2-0 win for AZ versus Istanbul Başakşehir.
Yeah, Başakşehir, I think. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I mean, not much to say. He came off the bench, played the second half.
Zelalem had a beautiful assist and a Panenka for Arsenal's U19s in a 4-0 win against Celtic in a friendly.
Oh, that's assist. It's just awesome.
Yeah. Jose Torres, unused sub in Copa Libertadores final.
Yeah, unfortunate. The last time... we've had some pretty big players playing in pretty big games. Jose Torres, if he could get onto the field, would be big. We obviously had Clint Dempsey in the Europa League final and DeMarcus Beasley in a Champions League semifinal, which is by far the biggest.
Yeah. Ethan Horvath continues to start for Molde in UCL qualifiers in replacement of Nyland. Yeah.
Molde playing well.
Rubio Rabin scored in a friendly for Utrecht.
Continues to play well for them. Hopefully he can establish himself as a full-time starter at Utrecht.
Julian Green started for Bayern too.
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't know you were that frustrated.
We come full circle. Green. Well, no, I think it's stupid to write him off, but apparently there are reports that he's going to stay with them this season.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to expect anything. Okay, I'm going to expect something out of him, but if he doesn't need to rush his club career, I guess. So
yeah, he doesn't.
Anthony Robinson who's an American youth player, made his pro debut for Everton.
Yeah, he's a left back. He was Everton's Youth Academy Player of the Year, I believe, or U18 Player of the Year, and he made his debut in a friendly against Dundee United. And also one more that I didn't write down. Bobby Wood made his debut for Union Berlin in the Bundesliga 2, which I might have mentioned last time. But yeah, that's some Americans abroad. And like Sahil said, we'll talk about it more as the season starts to get underway. The Premier League starts, 8 days? 9 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, time for our game. You want to explain it to the people?
Yeah. So before the show, one of us picks a player in their head, and the other person hears the player late in the episode once we do our segment, and then on the spot, they don't know the player beforehand. They have to answer 3 questions about the player. 1, what do you think of their game? 2, where do you rate them in their national pool? And 3, do you think they'll be in Russia in 2018 for the World Cup?
Right. Assuming their team qualifies, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You can't just say, I don't think their team's going to qualify. I just realized that could be a thing. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Julian Green.
All right. What do I think of his game? How much of his game have I seen?
He was good in the Toulon tournament. I know you didn't watch that.
Yeah. No, I mean, I watched a bit of the highlights. No, he looks good in there. And it's nice to see that he got some consistent playing time for an American national team. But I mean, okay, from what I've seen of him, he's pretty good. I mean, obviously he showed well besides just the goal against Belgium, and in some of the friendlies that he's played for the senior men's national team, he's been a bit, he's been falling down, injured himself in the first friendly he played.
Right.
So I don't enjoy watching him that much, but I don't know. It's a start. Where do I rate him in the national pool? Not anywhere near the senior team.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, well, assuming he'd play as a wide player for the national team, because we already have enough center forwards to use. But I mean, just to list a few, we have Bedoya, Zuzi. Like, even Brad Davis, I'd rather put over him, like, right now at this moment. But obviously, Brad Davis's international career is coming to an end. But, yeah, those are just some wide players, and there's many more that I'm not thinking of. You had Linzardis that are ahead of him. So, and then the third question is, do you think he'll be in the 2018 World Cup? I don't think he'll be in the 2018 World Cup. He'll be in the 2022 World Cup, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, just got an alert, actually, that Julian Green's rep today said that he will be staying with Bayern's youth team, or with Bayern, this season, which might not be, which actually, all things considered, might not be bad for him. Allow him to get his confidence back, maybe score some goals, 20, 23 goals like he has before, and then maybe next year finally break into.
It's a lot less pressure for him. I mean, he's going to be under a lot less.
He probably needs that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, best of luck to Julian Green.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a good to great player. I really do. I still think he has plenty of time. At this time, Dempsey was playing at Fordham University.
So let's say you just saw him play his few games for the national team, and you didn't know he was on Bayern, or you didn't know that Bayern. I guess that may be an important factor to consider.
It is an important factor to consider.
But what I'm saying is that an MLS player who we've seen like Zardis, no, not really Zardis, but an MLS player shows his talent on the field, and from there we say he's going to be a great player in a few years. So
okay, can I ask you a question? Would Julian Green be a starter in MLS?
For which team?
Just for any team, really. Would he be a starter in MLS?
I mean, for
just in general, in general, is he starter quality in MLS? If not, he's definitely one of the first people off the bench.
I don't think the U23s are as good as MLS. I mean, or the caliber they're playing.
Look at Sebastian Letjet. He came over and he's a starter.
Yeah, I don't know. How can we say?
Okay, but
there's still no proof that Jurgen didn't just call him up because he wanted to,
Right? No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying Julian Green. He's at Bayern. That means something, and Pep Guardiola's comments mean something, right? They obviously see something in him. I don't know, or if he will end up being a Bayern player, but right now it's a good place for him to develop.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he's there for a reason, and I understand that, but it's just, I don't know. It's just hard to say that he's anything more special than some of the other MLS talents that we have.
Yeah, but you could say that about anyone.
No, but okay. I don't know. It just seems to me like Julian Green is just like such a like one of our like best prospects.
Yeah.
And why?
All right. Who are you thinking of? Who would you rate above him as a prospect right now? In that as a winger/striker.
Like a young player?
Yeah.
Or can I just say players that will be playing the 2018 World Cup?
No. Just like a younger player.
I mean, okay, so like Yedlin.
Okay, you rate Yedlin above?
Yeah. I mean...
But why?
Because he's shown well for the senior men's national team?
Fair enough.
In more games.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. But he's also not played nearly as many Premier League minutes as Julian Green played Bundesliga minutes.
Yeah, but okay. Well, Yedlin was a mid-season transfer, and he had a lot less time. There was a lot of reasons why he didn't play a lot of games.
That's fair enough. All right, Yedlin, I would probably rate above him too. I would agree with that. Who else?
Okay, Zardes.
Zardes is 3 years older than Julian Green.
Okay, yeah, but okay. I thought we were just naming like.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah,
Zardes is
no, but that's
important.
That's important. Yeah, but it's important to put that into perspective. Where was Zardes 3 years ago? I'm not saying that that's a knock. That's not a knock on Zardes. I'm just saying Green has time.
Yeah.
So another one you like is Joe Zhao. He's also 3 years older than Julian Green. Joe Zhao was playing for Hoffenheim too 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going to happen. He has talent. He had a bad season. Let's see what happens. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's going to become the next Donovan or like a Ronaldo type player.
But I mean, but Joe Zhao was a rare case. What
do you mean?
Like that was just kind of weird how he just randomly transferred from Dortmund, and a lot of us didn't even know his name.
He
was on Hoffenheim too. Why? I mean, why would you be looking at Joe Zhao out of all the players he
because he was playing in the Bundesliga.
Two. Or wait.
He was playing for Hoffenheim too. Yeah. I think he made a couple appearances for Hoffenheim, and then he moved to
I'm pretty sure it was like under 5.
Nah, I don't know.
But
I mean, we can look it up right now. But my point is there's time. Yeah,
there is time. But why? Are you saying that? Are you talking about how I said that he wasn't going to play in the 2018 World Cup?
Yeah, he only made 2. He made 15 appearances for St. Pauli.
I think they're probably in the Bundesliga too. Okay, yeah.
I don't know when they were if they were in the Bundesliga 2 or the Bundesliga at that time. I mean, it sucks. It sucks that Julian Green had a bad season last season. Maybe he should have gone to a Bundesliga 2 side. You know, the coach got fired. That wanted him. But he's still a top prospect in world soccer.
What?
Like top 100, top 50, top 100 prospect.
Top. What? Okay, but you have to remember, there's so many players playing on Bayern Munich too. Yeah. And can all of them be considered?
No.
Like, I'm sure,
he was a leading scorer.
There's like a Croatian on Bayern.
He was a leading scorer, Sahil.
Okay, yeah, but there's other. Didn't
he score like 23 goals in 25 games or something?
Yeah, no, he had very good numbers in the Bundesliga 4th division, but I don't.
Well, where else is he supposed to play at that young of age?
But there are other like second teams around the world.
But not all of them have the coaching ability and just the system that Bayern Munich has.
So you're saying
if Julian Green is practicing with the Bayern first team, which he does, that's invaluable experience for him.
You know what? I like that you said that. Because it's not the fact that he's playing on Bayern, it's what Bayern's going to do to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Maybe that... Sure, I don't know, I still don't know if you can say he's a top 100 prospect.
Okay, maybe that's going a little bit overboard.
Yeah, but he
could be.
He's top, like, 25 for the U.S. right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely.
All right, well...
I mean, look at Jordan Morris. He hasn't even played a professional match yet at the club level. And people are already rating him above Julian Green.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, he's had offers for clubs.
For Seattle.
Yeah. So he could have gone to Seattle and played. Okay.
I love Jordan Morris.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be a great player, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Jordan Morris has shown well for the national team. He scored a goal, but Julian Green scored a goal in the World Cup.
That's true.
Not that in itself means a whole lot that Julian Green scored.
Yeah.
God, what a moment. Just think back to that moment and how much potential there was in the last 15 minutes of that match. And in the next year. And it just all went wrong for Julian.
Would he gotten the loan to Hamburg if he didn't score in the World Cup?
Yeah, I think he would have.
Maybe. All right, well...
that's a long 10-minute Julian Green discussion.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get him on someday. Wait, doesn't his dad follow you on Twitter or something?
Yeah.
So.
Well, we can see.
Indeed. Yeah, we haven't really talked about this before. But
I was actually thinking about it. I'm going to DM him.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that concludes the show. We have a Twitter for this podcast at SoccerBrothersPod. You can email us at SoccerBrothersPodcast@gmail.com. His Twitter is at BigTimeBrownie. Mine's at ASR_Sahil. My brother writes for BetweenTheTouchlines.com in the U.S.
That's it.
Yeah.
Review and rate us on iTunes. We'll see you next time.
See ya.